Hello, Tutor here, coming in second to bring you another video of Ultimate Admiral's Age of Sail. So we are words are difficult for whatever reason. So, I am recording this right after the second one because I'm in the mood to play it. And let's explain everything in order, sort of, shall we? First off, we have our fleet screen, which gives us, obviously, our fleet. Both warships and non-warships, or troop ships. We have warships, troop ships, and trophies. We have started off with HMS Ferret, a 7th rate brig. That's all the type of brig there is, a 7th rate, and a 7th rate sloop. I actually love these sloops. They got 12 guns, but they're very fast. And they perform better when the wind is blowing this way, and they actually go like this. They're very good. Each ship has their own, like, case in point, the brig here. Brig, don't put it this way. But if you have it going with the wind or a little bit of an angle, it goes a lot faster. Whereas this one, if you sail it sideways, it goes fast. But if you go with the wind, you actually go slower. So each ship has its own sailing properties, which I love. Well, it's not only the planking, but the thickness of said planking. You'll notice the sloop and brig are pretty much almost identical in planking. The difference is that the brig has the sloop has a much higher top speed. But the brig can go faster in reverse, which is interesting because of the sail. So, here we have what the ship looks like, which is awesome. We have the speed, the acceleration, and the turning, how fast it can turn. The sails HP, the planking HP, and the hull HP. Basically the armor, and then the actual, and basically the structure of the hull. We can, depending on the type of ship, you can actually get upgrades. So right now, we have a very few upgrades we can do. We can get early copper sheeting, which is extra speed of knot and acceleration. Doesn't seem like much, but it's actually pretty fucking good. We got lightweight hull, which is less armor, less thickness, but an increased capacity. So fit more men and equipment. The lightweight hull is actually the best for your merchant ships, your troop ships, because it allows you to carry more men. Or if you want to put this on a warship, make it a glass cannon for heavier guns and more men. You got hammocks, which is more capacity, but instead of losing thickness and HP, you lose actual armor. No thanks. You got hardened hull, which is probably best for depending on the warship. You got armor and structure. And nice thing is, before you confirm, you can actually play around with stuff. Like, for example, I could put this on here and be fine. You can see my thing drop. I can't go to my maximum amount of crew, but I can put extra crew on here still, which is nice before, so you can click confirm to go with upgrades. So, but no, so we're not going to confirm anything though. Then we got optimized rigging, which is increase in turn speed, cutting sails, better speed in general, rudder tackle, increased speed. This one I almost always get is the lightweight gun carriage, because cannon weight is the biggest weight on board these ships. Then you got a sail repair kit, structural repair kit. I put these on my line ships that I'm just going to be slugging it out, because you can use these to out-repair and outlast your enemy, which is very, very useful. Now, as the British, you're lucky you start out with all this. As the Americans, you start out with nothing, which is true. Now, the nice thing is here, you got everything up to from 4-pounders to 68-pounder. Those are the carronades. You're not going to get a 68-pounder long gun. They just don't fucking exist. You can get a 42-pounder long gun, because fuck you, fuck your ship and the ship behind that ship. Or if you're really, really lucky, you get the 32-pounder reboard French guns. But you got multiple guns to choose from. You got 6-pounder guns and 4-pounder guns. That's all we got right now. And the guns you get, actually, where you get them, the type of guns, it matters. Like the Armstrong guns here, old and clumsy, but they're pretty good due to a high penetration and and medium range. So these are one of the best for medium range, you could say. However, they have an accuracy of 2.6. That's the spread. And they weigh 7 tons. They have a damage of 5 and a reload of 107 seconds, with a range of 950 yards. You get these Armstrong guns, these 4-pounder ones. This is an ordinary barrel, so it has standard all around. And as you can see, it weighs much more. Same range though. A lot and 2 less damage, but the reload is much faster. And they got these 6-pounder Bogard guns. These are the cheapest. These ancient weapons are the cheapest. Bogards are the cheapest guns ever in this game. They also weigh some of the lightest. Like for a 6-pound, it's 5 compared to the 7 pounds. However, if you take a look, it has the same penetration as an Armstrong 4-pounder. Same reload though. It has a reload because it has a, if I remember correctly, it's a shorter barrel than the Armstrong. But you see, it has the same reload as a 4-pounder up here, which is pretty nice. That's the only thing it's got going for it, is that the Bogards have shorter barrels and they're pretty fast at reloading. But their dispersion, 3.2, is whole, and they have a lot worse range than even the 4-pounder. So it's almost worth, for these, it's actually worth having the 4-pounder. Because while it does have 2 more damage and the same speed, the range and the accuracy, not worth it, I would say. If you need guns, though, I'm like, if you just need to put a gun on a ship and you just need guns, I mean, they work. There's far worse things to have, like no guns on a ship. Although you could turn that ship into a fire ship, which are fucking terrifying. Now, let's go over here to this side. Here we have our main character, Horatio Nelson, as well as the officers we can put on board ships. Now, you only need the captain. That's all you need, really, is the captain. That's about it. And I'm actually going to find the cheapest here, a midshipman. Now, it's recommended to have these because officers improve your crew efficiency. So here you have what the efficiency is. This is the base efficiency right here, the light blue. Dark blue is where they are at with the officers, so this is total. This yellow bar is the progress of getting towards it. And each it tells you, like, here's the efficiency. Affects range attacks and melee attacks increase inflicted casualties. Sailing affects the sails, raising speed, mass rotation, repair, firefighting, basically keeping the ship alive. Boarding. This one's a fun one to get your crew up because if you get a really good boarding crew, it is the most terrifying thing you'll ever see. You'll lose 5 men, they'll lose 20. It is terrifying. You will cut down crew. Like, especially when you get, like, oh hell, you get, one of the fun things to do is to try and get your line infantry on board a ship, and they're just monsters. You just cut down the crew. They just die. It just goes tick 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 tick. Just death. Just death. Well, the problem is your merchant ships are really fucking slow, and they're not going to catch a warship. So you would have to demast all 3 masts, or all 2 masts, and the bowsprit in order for these things to actually catch the damn thing. And even then, you just pray to God they don't get hit by a cannon shell. You got your gunnery here, which is aiming, reload, volley, speed, as well as the spread and observing the enemy. This one's easy to get up. You just let your ships just shoot. That really is. Like, sailing the ship around increases sailing. And going into boarding action increases boarding. Stamina is just affects movement, weapon handling, melee, and rowing speed. So, again, just have your men sail the ship, basically. Or if you really want to have them, just row circles around the ship in the fucking rowboats. Morale. Better charge, this is for land. So these also apply on land as well. So you like morale, better speed, better holding their position, better charge, and in melee, basically. So if you're going to board a ship, you want high morale and high boarding, as well as the efficiency, and that ship's not going to last long. Difference here in for the land infantry, you got discipline, basically how well they follow orders, well as executing the task. You got your firearms, which is basically their aiming, shooting, and reload. And I think that's a... Well, you got your melee, which is pretty much the boarding. And that's about it. Now you can actually upgrade the actual crew of the ships themselves, as well as and your troops. Now, my favorite part ever is this part right here. See, right now the crew of this ship are armed with Sea Service 38 muskets. Basically, the Sea Service musket is made especially for sailors and Marines of the Royal Navy. Based on the Army's Brown Bess model, the 1738 pattern is a single-shot muzzle-loading flintlock with a 75 caliber musket, offering fair accuracy and efficiency. It's actually a pretty good gun. This is actually your standard average gun. It's very good for ships. Honestly, I use it on all my ships, except for ones I plan to go on to boarding. And here's what I'll explain. So you got the land pattern here. You click here, click this, and you can actually change. So we got multiple things to choose from. So you got the Spanish M1717, ancient. It's made in 1770. It's shit, but it's cheap. Trade musket is basically hunters. It's a hunting musket. Well, for desperate, yeah. So you got your efficiency is how much it does damage. So you do 0.7 to 1.1 to trade, 0.8 to 1.1 with the Spanish. Spanish one is actually better than the trade musket 22. Sea Service musket is very good. The only downside is the melee. The melee is 18. However, if you get the Sea Service musket and bayonet, that increases it to 26. And it also increases the reload time because there's a bayonet on it. So without the bayonet, your things shoot the fastest. So the Sea Service musket so far is best because it shoots much faster. 37. You get the land pattern musket, which is from 78, and it's a new pattern. It is pretty good. Good to get your infantry with. This does 0.9 to 1, almost, so pretty much almost every volley kills an infantryman. Then you get the Sea Service musket 78, which is much better. Better accuracy, it looks like. Oh yeah, much better accuracy. You get the bayonet, it's deadly, and then you got this. The sword bayonet is basically, yeah, you're dead. Forget it. They're putting these on your boarding. The Sea Service musket, 78 with boarding. Oh, and you got generic. You got Britain, Russia, USA, France, Prussia, Spain, and Austria. You can get your ammunition from. Yeah, we're nice. We got the land pattern 78s for our troops. Now here's the thing. You got armory and shop. The armory is how much you have. The shop is how much you're in the shop. There's 0 Spanish. There's infinite amount of trade muskets, so you will always have trade muskets. Now here's the thing. I can get a maximum troop of 328. I do not have that much muskets. I can with because I already have 100 troops on here. However, I could not make a full 320 armed with land pattern muskets. You can see the shops here in land weapons. Excuse me. We only have Sea Service muskets. Oh, and we got 8-inch mortars. And most of the guns that I don't use, I just sell them. And for naval weapons, we're lucky we got access to everything. I guess you do it. Yeah, you got your 42 pounders. We got everything from 4 pounders to 42 pounders. Yeah, the Americans, you just start off with like 4 and 6 pounders. So with this one, yeah, you can purchase new ships, which we are going to purchase. We're probably going to purchase HMS Edgar. I would love to purchase Griffin. Very much would love to purchase her, but I would not have the money to crew her, to command her, or fit her out with guns. The Hermione class is one of the best fifth rates there is. And unfortunately, these ships do not stay. When I click end turn, these ships are gone. They're gone. So I'm thinking, tempted to buy this. I'm thinking we're going to get Edgar. A 6th rate service class corvette. Not a bad ship by any stretch. It's a 6th rate. It's got 26 guns. 13 per... I think it's 12 per side with 2 chase guns. and it's not bad. It'll get the job done. It's got 2 upgrade slots, 3 officer slots, and a max crew of 195, if I remember correctly. That's the optimal crew. And it has a hull weight. It can carry 505 tons, you could say. Doesn't have the best durability. And the Hermione class is actually much faster than it. The Hermione's just flat out all better. Including in... Yeah, Hermione's just flat out better. And I'd love to get her, but I just want to have the for it. So we're gonna take the Edgar. I'm gonna buy the Edgar. Although, actually, I'm almost actually tempted to buy a Brig instead. Sloops are fun, but now we're gonna buy the Edgar, just because this gives us actually a good ship to deal with. So we're gonna dismiss you. We're gonna find a cheap officer. You're actually cheaper, which is funny. Put us in command of it, obviously. You and you. And we'll be using, I guess we'll be using the good service muskets. Now the nice thing is, these are in the armory, so I don't have to purchase these. If they're in the shop, you have to purchase them. So I don't need to worry about doing this. Now, if you click reserve, this takes, well, right here. Every time you have to replace, you lose experience. But if you've reserved, you keep your experience. Now, unfortunately, I don't got any guns that actually fit this thing out. So, we're not going to be able to use this. But that is actually okay. I want to level up these 2 ships. Let's see, can I put on more? Okay, I'm going to do full 90 crew. Full, if I can, on all these. Because of one thing, I'm going to be boarding. Early game, I love to board, and I could just use this as a massive boarding ship, which would be freaking hilarious with no guns. But no. Dinner for the Admiral. Taking advantage of our overstretched forces and capture the crucial supply ship. Okay. Now, this is something they added new. I actually love. You got follow the orders, or you can fight the power, which increases your reservoirs, but it's also a little bit difficult. And nice thing is, it gives you a map. It tells you got 2 spots and there's 2 enemy ships. With my money, I'm actually now because I have this money, I'm tempted to buy a Brig and refill that out, because the Brig is a little bit better than the sloop, I would say. 7 inches, yeah. So I'm actually tempted to buy the Brig. Yeah, we're gonna buy a Brig. We're building out our fleet. Now I'm doing this. This is not something I normally do. I don't normally do this at all. But for you guys, I'm trying stuff that's new, and I actually, well, watch this. Hang on. Unmount. Okay, this is really funny. A Brig with 4-pounder guns. Dismiss you. And I'm actually going to take my character off. And we'll use sea service. Actually, we'll take. Watch this. Hang on. Using the reserves, this should cost us. There we go. Look at that. Cheap. And we're going to say max because we're gonna go for boarding, because we're gonna want the reputation and money and even the free ships depending on what the ships are. Now, obviously, this ship is much weaker than this one because we got 4-pounders, but she's 2 knots faster for the specific reason we have 4-pounders instead of 6-pounders. So every little change matters. So you do have to find the right balance. Let's do go fight the power. All right, here we go. Captain, we have arrived at the destination area without any trouble. Their brigs, too. Interesting. Our merchantman, the Wild Pool, under Spanish flag along with a small escort. They're attempting to reach to cover the guns of nearby outposts. We're moving to intercept a full sail. The enemy is screening the merchantman to allow it to escape. We must take her back. Alright, let's pause for a quick second. Okay, we have the... They're already shooting, bastards. Yeah, so let's see. They got... Yeah, so I think we're going to be tricky because they have the... They have 2 brigs as well. So we're going to turn. And we're actually going to lower our sails because this will keep the wind from blowing too much on us of affecting our cannon arcs. Now, let's see if I can take out the mast at this long range. Odds are no. And I'm okay with actually doing a few damage to the hull and sails. Okay, now we gotta go full speed. I'm gonna be a sitting duck. I'm actually gonna have you cut around this way. I do not want to... Okay, let's hold it left side because I don't want to throw solid shot into our merchantman. Let's try it again. Ready? Fire! Pretty accurate, not gonna lie. Alrighty, full sail. Ooh, good shot on the rudder there, guy. And the pumps. That was a good volley. Okay, slow her down. Target her and see if you can actually take out some of the mast. Go for the foremast. Okay, I want you to slow way the fuck down. You fucking flew. Damn, that's 12 knots. Should I target the rear mast? Okay. That was fast. Get some raking shots into her, actually. That's something I cannot pass up. I may have smaller guns, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're weaker. And, well, they can't seem to hit anything. But that's not surprising. These are green crews. Yeah, the 4 inches are 4 inches. 4 pounds are probably just gonna bounce right off here when they hit. Nah, they're going through. Full sail. Yeah, you start engaging. Nope, nope, nope. I don't think you can hit the mast, but match speed. Wow, we actually caused them to overshoot or undershoot. See if I can do this real quick. Get him. Shot him with the side guns. Side guns. That's all we got. Our side guns. Try to hit the mast. I do prefer to shoot at the mast because, like I said, if you can take down a mast, you just hurt them. Like, ooh, we actually set her on fire. That's interesting. If we hit the mast, that would not only slow them down, but did not want you to do that with your rear guns. But you ferret, you're gonna come along and actually deal with her the old-fashioned way. I will board these ships at some point here, and I should love to fire to actually take out her sails. We're gonna immediately board Walpole. 4-pounder is actually doing pretty damn good, more than I expected. Now, if you notice, the wind is pushing this ship so hard because we have full sails that the range of these guns is only right there. We also have grape shot loaded, so you start doing damage to their sails. Slow them down. And once we actually divert crew, just prepare to board. Prepare a boarding action. Start slowing down. I think we can actually do a lot of damage to her sails. Really, the only way to completely stop a ship is, again, to demast her. Now, a raking shot with grape shot? Oh, yeah, that's just rude. That's just death to the crew. Okay, can go back to solid. Now, in order to start the boarding process, you have to get 2 greens. We just killed their officer. And there we go. Boarding. Yeah, I'll say that should be an easy. Alrighty, let's go deal with these guys. Walpole, you're just going to sort of hang there. You're going to go full sail, and you're going to come help Gillard. Gillarade. See if we can actually. We're actually getting so far away, our 4-pounders are bouncing. Let's break. Let's break off. We're losing hull armor on the right side. Come help. You got the heavy guns, right? You got the 6-pounders. Yeah. How many guns did we lose? None so far. And we lost no crew. I could charge in and just board them. Something I might do with Ferret here. I might have a charge this point, San Juan Bustia. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Have a charge for boarding. Yeah, I think those are going to bounce off. Nope. Are they repairing? Looks like they were repairing for a quick second. This is where the sloop would actually come in handy running this way, but stand by. Gonna be another cut. That's okay. Another cut. This little cut. Small interruption. Not bad. Gonna get pizza here in a few seconds after this battle. Oops, wrong button. Just keep running. Okay. Yeah, they got the windward side, which I wish we had, but well, Looks like I can still do this sail and still be fine. Like we're gonna catch her. Now your turn. Begin the board. Head flank. Full sail. Now we overwhelmingly outnumbered the enemy, so. Much as I would love to switch to grape shot, not necessarily the best actually because they have so much armor. Okay, well now I will. Match speed. Match speed. Begin boarding. They're gonna try and pull away. Oh hell nah. Fuck you are. I'm boarding over here. It looks like we're winning now. Boarding over here, but we're not being able to board. She's just that little too fast for us to begin the boarding process. Go full sail. There we go. They're about to. Yep. Nope, we're not going to finish. We're going to capture this. Now you don't have to kill the entirety of the crew. You just got to break their morale. So it's nice if you can get a boarding after like a good raking shot, which will just slaughter the morale. And you can have a friendly ship help with grape shot to the other side. Just don't let them hit your ship. Damn, this guy does not want to surrender. But it's over. Now, we'll finish. We lost a lot of crew, especially on ferret. A lot. Yeah, that's only 120, actually. It's not that bad. So. We just captured 4 guns. And I guess 108 infantry. Nope. Oh. Whew. Okay. So we got Edgar and his crew. We got Ferret. And Glary need repairs. I didn't get to keep the merchant ship, which is sad. So we got these 2 as trophies. I could add them for my fleet and for the cost of 6 for renown. However, I'm not going to need them. So I'm actually going to send them to the Admiral for a total 1. Actually, I'm going to keep them for a little bit now that I think about it. I completely forgot about the research. So here's the research. We got the Marine Tactics, which gives us Marines. This is from the, which are pretty good, but how do I say this? The American Marines are much better. You got the Elite Grenadiers, which are fucking terrifying. And you got your Light Infantry, which are skirmishers. And then you get Field Artillery, which is just... But you gotta get Siege Artillery, the mortars. So using this upgrades. So it looks like we already got all this stuff because of the star as Britain. So you can get... We need to research basically 6 more in order to unlock intermediate. So we can research Marines, supplies. We can then research this. Better upgrades. So this is upgrade. So we got upgrades for the guns like this. Wadding, more damage, slower reload. Precision tackle, less spread, and speed gun, faster reload. I'm gonna buy this. Cheap and pretty good. We can get this, which is sewing machine, which basically more sale HP and mass HP makes that stronger. Not gonna get that. We got double charge, limited double charge ammo. Basically, string crime for string measures. So when the enemy could destroy a ship when it's in range, then don't let them get into range. And we basically use double shot or double powder for range. Not gonna do that. This is double shot. Basically, you know, double shot, 2 cannons per one. I'm gonna buy this and I'll experiment with that later. This one's a good one if I remember correctly. Boarding equipment. More damage in boarding, take less. I'm starting to get broke, so I'll probably get that next turn. I'll let you get 9,000, which is nice. Then we get this brass ordinary guns, which are really good. These are the best guns you can get. However, is it these or is it the bronze? Hang on. These are short guns. The East India Company, they're basically small short guns. Really fast reloads. Then you got carronades, which are nice. And then you got the bayonet, which allows you to get the bayonets for every other thing. And then, you know, fire ships. The hard part is finding a crew crazy enough to sail. And you have to upgrade, like purchasing these allows you to upgrade other stuff and purchase other stuff. Like for example, if I want to get boarding level 2, I would have to research this. I'm going to buy one more thing, and that is probably the brass. Because that should give us, yeah, these guns. Great. These things are amazing. Lightweight, very accurate compared to the iron guns. However, they're very, very expensive. That being said, however, you can put, well, here. This 9-pounder gun weighs 8 pounds. 8 tons. This 9-pounder is the lightest 9-pound, 8-pound. It weighs about the same as a 6-pounder. So you get the weight of a 6-pounder with the shot of a 9-pounder. They're very, very good guns. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. This is Too Tall saying thank you for joining me on this Let's Play of Ultimate Admiral's Age of Sail. Let's see where our next stage takes us in the next video. Stay safe and as always have an awesome, awesome day.